you're just bullshitting with coworkers.
Pretty much just talking.
And they are with you. Is there somebody in there that's counterintelligence that was sent in there to see who's blabbing?
I would, towards the later end, I would bet so. Towards the later end, I would bet so.
At that point, you're not filing reports or calling the New York Times or raising hell.
No, to be honest with you, George, talking to the media was so ingrained into me and other people in the work we did that it was like persona non grata. Like, if you went and talked to anybody outside, like, you're a dead man.
You wouldn't have done it.
No. I mean, even whenever I felt that I had to, I was shaking. Even when I went to Congress, I was shaking.
Is this why your clearance was sort of put in limbo? It doesn't exist because you're saying things you shouldn't be talking about.
I think early on it was a mistake, and I talked with Dave Brush about this. I think early on it was a mistake. They were notified 6-7 months into it, and then from then on, they outright just did not care. They terrorized me. I mean, I would go into work. They were notified by multiple companies that they were not housing my clearance correctly. Multiple companies tried to pick me up. Multiple companies said they would give me a pay raise, a better job. I couldn't take any of it. They notified BAE, they filed complaints, and I got the runaround between the company, the two agencies that I work for. But long story short, it is my opinion in hindsight, and other people who are also whistleblowers and other people have worked in these programs, that is a standard operating procedure by these people to keep this quiet.
Your career has been in classified programs.
Yeah.
Your training has been in classified programs. They now tell you you don't have a clearance. You can't go to work anywhere else. You are frozen here, whether you like it or not.
Yep, 16 hours a day, doing night shift, weekends, holidays for $62,000 a year. Yep.
But to be clear, you had a clearance. It's not like they said you don't have one, you lost it. They're keeping it in a purgatory, which is a technique we've heard over and over of how to keep people somewhere and almost like try to squeeze them out through pressure. So I just want to make that clear. It's not like he ever had anything, a mark on his record where they're like, you no longer have a clearance. He was in good standing. It's a type of purgatory people create. So look, we're kind of glossing over this idea. We're here to talk about the UAP reality. Boom. You see something at Langley Air Force Base that you have testified to Aero, to Congress, to Senate Intelligence, to even people that we're not talking about. You've testified to a lot of people officially, ICIG. You wanted them to know that this craft you saw, which you're thinking, maybe it's something we reverse engineered. We now know through that it's likely not just our tech, that it might prove David Grush's ideas about reverse engineering that we've been told all the way back from Lazar. He saw an operational craft over a military installation that is far beyond, there's no fingerprint for. We don't have that technology to the best of my understanding at this time. So now whose was it? Was it a joint operation? Were there comms with whoever the pilots were? But it was a huge triangle that had this electrostatic charge. The other thing you told me that like I want to hear more about was the gold glow, because I've heard this over and over and over, like a lava lamp. It was a sort of undulating on the skin of this thing, right? Like a
basically, yeah. The best way I can describe it is overlay. If you're looking at a lava lamp and seeing that flow, place a yellow semi-transparent lava lamp flow on this craft, making 90-degree turns and all over the craft, and it's just this yellow transparent, almost like smoke cloud, pulsating all around the craft.
So clearly a technology like Matthew Brown has kind of thought that either it's non-human intelligence technology, or it's something that we've figured out how to operate, and it's like a breakaway civilization. It's so advanced that this is something that's not acknowledged, even to Congress, the people that should have oversight. So you've got that big one UFO experience, right? The UAP experience. Then you have this accidental exposure, but to such a high degree. I don't want to ask the question because I don't know if you can answer, but did you physically see photos? Did you physically see these documents?
No, but because of how much was given to me and relayed, that the individuals that had relayed it, they were doing so because they were genuinely concerned for their life, because their careers were taken, their houses were broken into. I mean, computers taken, mailboxes gone through that. And again, they knew what I was going through at this time. They had given me enough information, and the agreement was that if they died, that I run with it and just blow the whole thing up.
So he's got his firsthand experience of this tech, but then this is something, George, and I hear a lot, which is in the legacy, when you're kind of put into the bad camp, you know, you're under scrutiny now, that there are these people that are threatening you, and you do feel afraid for your life. And we'll get to it, but there are some things that occurred to you as this gets kind of deeper and deeper with what's happening. But just to be clear, so you're in a place where there's some sort of purgatory going on. Everybody has clearance, but they're in this sort of purgatory. You're in this sort of purgatory,
Yep.
right? And then people directly involved in the legacy program are afraid for their lives. So they're telling you so that you can, at least somebody at their level can take that information if something bad happens to it.
I think it was definitely that, but it was also, this is such an isolating, lonely experience, especially for young people to be exposed to the reality of this. If you already don't have the acknowledgement that it's a possibility, like if you're, I don't want to say closed-minded, if you're average Joe Blow going through life and then all of a sudden this pops up on your radar and you're seeing physical proof of it, you probably take a step back and go, well. So you have that aspect, then these same people have that aspect of it, and they also have the aspect of their government destroying them.
So they are going through the same thing you are.
Exactly.
Their clearances are in limbo, home break-ins, threats,
When
or otherwise.
when I come into contact with these people, they had to resign from their government position and take a contracting job for less money. They were basically blacklisted for 6 months. The only reason they ended up getting a job was because somebody on the legacy program had hooked them up after 6 months. And they ended up where I was at, and they heard me talking all this stuff, and they're like, oh, you ended up here too, buddy. So what the hell is going on here?
It's like the island of bad toys or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
put them all in one basket.